My Roommate is a Vampire by Dennis the Menace, read by Deathlight. Bonus chapter, Vinyl's Mane and Shades. Vinyl counted up the bits she had been saving. According to her calculations, she had just enough to get what she wanted. For the past few months, the little filly did as many chores as she could around the house, while juggling her schoolwork. Vinyl had even taken up odd jobs here and there from her neighbors without her parents knowing. She did everything and anything. Nothing was too much for her to handle, and nothing would stop her from getting what she wanted. The next day, instead of going home after school, she went to the optometrist. It was fancy inside, and pretty empty. Eyeglasses of all shapes and sizes were displayed in glass cases. A grumpy unicorn with a pair of eyeglasses for Keeney Mark sat up front. His hooves were on the table as he read through the tabloids. After several minutes with struggling with the door, Vinyl finally mustered enough strength with her weak unicorn magic and hooves to push open the door, ringing the shop doorbell. "Welcome to, not you again." "Huh?" Vinyl cocked her head. She had been making weekly visits to the shop, checking out different styles of glasses and frames before she finally settled on one she wanted. "Oh, you finally gonna buy something, kiddo? I might have to start charging you just for looking," chuckled the optician. Vinyl Scratch gave her trademark grin and nodded happily. "I got enough this time." She held up her wallet and shook it for him to see. "You know which pair you want?" "Definitely." She pointed her hoof at her prize. On the top shelf where designer sunglasses were. "The pretty ones with the purple shades." "Of course." The unicorn chuckled and levitated the special pair out, floating it down to the expectant filly. These sunglasses were a special kind of glasses where they lacked any stems. They basically clipped onto the pony's nose bridge. "You want anything else?" "Can I get them with custom lenses?" "Do you have an old pair?" "Yeah," she replied, handing him her old glasses. Everyone at school teased her about her old black glasses, with ugly thick frames, but as much as she hated her glasses, the thing that she hated the most were the color of her eyes. Grown-ups were too nice to say anything, but they probably thought there was something wrong with her. Fools, on the other hand, didn't have any problem telling her that her eyes bothered them. "That would be 100 bits. "What? You said there were 70 bits!" She shouted enraged. She jumped onto the counter and towered over the unicorn. "Are you trying to rip me off?" "Custom lenses, kiddo," the optician said. "They don't come cheap, you know." Vinyl sighed and jumped down, slumped over, her ears drooping now. She didn't have enough to spare. She shut her eyes and bit her lip, her eyes stinging as tears sprang to her eyes. All that hard work, and she still didn't have enough. "I'll come back next month," she said gloomily. The old unicorn sighed. He was getting too old for this. "Wait." She turned around. "Your old frames are still in good condition." The unicorn fumbled with his words. "So I guess I can give you a little discount, if you sell them back to me." "Really?" Vinyl gasped. "Sure." He smiled. "I'll even tint these lenses for you for free." "Wow, thanks, mister." Yeah, don't mention it." She started to count out the bits she would need, before the shopkeeper swiped an exact amount needed, scraping into the cash register and locking it. "It'll still be 85 bits, though." "Cheapskate." She stuck out her tongue. "You betcha. Come back later and I'll have them done for you by then." Vinyl left the shop, walking into Ponyville, losing herself in the crowd of much taller, meaner-looking ponies. She suddenly stopped in the middle of the sidewalk, examining her reflection. She needed a haircut badly. Her mane was an absolutely impossible sticky mess of white clumps that made her head look like a cotton ball. Once she recalled, she tried her own to comb through the disaster of a mane, and lost it. Normally she would go to someplace cheap, like Pegasus Cuts, but she couldn't pay him enough though to even try working with her mane. She finally stopped in front of his salon and peering through the window. It was dimly lit and had weird velvet furniture. She could hear some music that was in desperate need of more drum and bass. A pretty earth pony with the craziest hairdo she had ever seen was sitting at the desk, looking bored out of her mind. She spotted Vinyl Scratch and waved her in. Vinyl took a few tentative steps into the saloon, before she was suddenly whisked off her hooves into a chair. She got a much better look at the interior of the place. Scented candles were everywhere. She managed to come to a conclusion. This place was weird. "I assume you are here to be styled?" she asked Vinyl. Vinyl nodded stiffly, nervous. "You're very lucky, you know," the pony told her as she began setting up the hairdresser station. "All of her appointments just cancelled." "Okay, look what I've got for you today." She called into the back room. A voice squealed hungrily. "Let me get my hooves on this one." Vinyl was sure she was going to die. The desk pony spun Vinyl in her seat. "Egag!" The prettiest unicorn Vinyl had ever seen. "Too much makeup though." Shrieked in horror and collapsed dramatically. "The horror! The horror!" "Is she gonna be alright?" Vinyl asked, raising an eyebrow. She does this from time to time, but I have to agree. Your mane is a disaster, honey. Thanks, Vinyl replied lamely. We shall operate immediately. Operate? Vinyl gulped. I've changed my mind. I'm leaving. A cape was wrapped around Vinyl's neck, nearly strangling her. Darling, we must simply fix your mane. The way the hairdresser drew out the word darling reminded Vinyl of a rich aunt from Canterlot. It's no good forgetting a cult friend. Vinyl blushed. I don't want a cult friend. She gave a heavy laugh and began to work. Any preferences? Any particular style? I don't know. Cool, I guess? Cool. Not very specific, Vinyl Scratch. Why don't you take a look at this book? And tell me which one you like while I go get some drinks. None of these hairstyles suited her. They were too old, or too much, or too normal. She needed something that stood out. She turned the page and saw it. I like that one. She trotted over. Oh my, I've never been asked to do this one before. Was it a bad choice? I love it! She squealed, turning to the desk pony. She really does have style and flair. Vinyl flushed and suddenly asked, miss? What about the color? Color? White is a very nice color, darling. Very rare, I must admit, for someone so young. You're telling me. I want a blue. Blue? Electric blue with streaks! How unique! She gushed. She clapped her hooves together, the light dimming and the music growing louder. Let's do this! Are we done yet? Vinyl, darling, you can't rush perfection. Vinyl was getting bored. The last time she got her mane done, she got out in less than 15 minutes. Though that may have been due to the fact that she was threatening the barber with a pair of his scissors. The unicorn the past few hours had been pouring these weird chemicals and shampoos, and washing her hair over and over, and styling it, and putting foil in Vinyl's mane and tail. She had no idea what it looked like. This was taking forever, and forever was like a really long time. Maybe she could reach a hoof out and change the music. She was in some serious need of electric music. It is done! Vinyl jumped and spun in her seat, facing the mirror. Her jaw dropped. Wow! She stared at her reflection. Vinyl Scratch could hardly recognize herself. So, what do you think? She asked. Vinyl broke out into a huge grin. It's perfect! Her mane was now much, much shorter. It flowed like silk and bobbed with her head. Now she could headbang in style. It was spiky and cool, and it moved exactly where she wanted it, and a little short in the back. The colors were striking and bold, with a dark blue as the base of her hair and electric streaks running through. The desk pony cheered. Isn't it amazing what foals are doing nowadays? Truly independent. Vinyl got up to pay. The desk pony told her, 50 bits. Vinyl's jaw dropped. She only had 15 bits. She meant to pay only 70 for the glasses and maybe 30 for a nice styling. Now she owed 50 bits? Vinyl's heart raced as she began to sweat. Is there something wrong? Was she snickering? Thoughts raced through her head. Was she going to jail? Or worse, to a dungeon? Princess Celestia would probably banish her and then lock her in a dungeon. What if they made her parents pay? In that case, she would rather take the banishment and the dungeon. Vinyl, darling, it's quite expensive here, isn't it? She nodded numbly. How about I take those bits off your hoof? She said gently. And you can pay off the rest. Okay, Vinyl stammered. Thanks a bunch, miss. What time was it? Oh shoot, she had to get home. Parents are going to kill her. Well, they were going to kill her anyways. Don't call me miss, darling. It makes me feel old. Vinyl trotted as fast as she could back to the optometrist. This time she practically kicked the door open. Hey kiddo, your glasses are done. Whoa, hey! The filly jumped up and grabbed the glasses with her mouth and quickly ran off. Thank you! Don't break them, don't break them. Vinyl stopped outside her house and panted, taking slow, cautious steps to her front door. Maybe her parents weren't home yet. She turned her glasses in her hooves, examining the quality of the tinted purple shades. The lenses were shaped in the way that it made her look like an alien. She placed her new sunglasses on her head, letting it hang there in her stubby horn. It was dark outside when she walked in. Whew! The light suddenly turned on, revealing that both parents had, in fact, come home from work, and were lounging in the living room. Vinyl screamed. Are you gonna tell us why you were out so late? Hoity-toity asked. When he saw her mane and tail, he uttered, Oh. Her mother gasped. Vinyl Scratch, what did you do to your mane? Horse apples. You look like a dewinklet. Her mother admonished as she attempted to wash the dyes out of Vinyl's hair with no avail. No I don't, I look cool! Vinyl protested before having her neatly styled mane scrubbed furiously.
Ow, Mom!
Blue hair. No daughter of mine's gonna have blue hair. It's not the worst thing she's ever done, honey, soothed Hoity-Toity. What will other ponies think? Toto finished wailed.
They will think I look cool.
Is it permanent? Her mother shrieked.
Nah, I have to go get it retouched every couple months.
Hello everyone, there's really not much to say that today, other than I'm almost out of stuff to read, well, to edit, so I'm gonna have to start reading again, so, anyways, I guess here's a bit of news. Tomorrow, well, next week is gonna be the whole entire chapter on the reason why I decided to do My Roommate's a Vampire for the first thing I ever done, so yeah. And you might call me horrible if you already know which one it is, so yeah, I'll see you all on Monday. It's been fun. Good night.